hop on in and take a ride with us while we cruise Sled's property with Chad from Drape Worx. Chad's going to look over the area, give us a bunch of tips how to improve the whitetail habitat and where we can increase the natural browse and the bedding areas, hoping to draw more deer into the spot. Stay tuned until the end, you're not going to want to miss it. Chad's going to give me a tour of his property and all the work he's done there. Jay's always been a thinker.
You don't have the energy.
Ain't nobody gonna believe that.
Yeah, and you see how that happens, which way it's growing. All those branches are growing the sun, and away from this competition over here. Shagbark hickory. I mean, it's not doing. The only thing that eats that is squirrels. Some people say they've seen turkey eat a whole hickory. Not deer. They're too hard for deer. Deer really don't do much with them. You look at this oak, right? It's doing nothing that way because it's completely shaded out, and being that pine isn't doing anything for you. You got tons of pine over there in thermal cover. You don't need that tree there. I would get rid of anything that's competing with these red oaks here, and any red oaks that you've got here, and you're creating a nice travel corridor. You're going from your bedding to your acorns, your oaks. You've got hawthorn all over in here. You got a pear right there. You got a couple of apples. So there's a reason you got a travel corridor here. And
this is when I'm in my plot here and coming out of over there where it's been logged. They come out of that. That's the two where they're accessing the food plot.
You make this a lot better. So now you talk about coming here and maybe you just a throw and grow, a winter rye, something like that. You spray and kill it down and just come top dress it with a seed in here later in the season because the winter rye will take off because the trees are going to start losing their leaves and it's going to get some sun. But at least now you're creating a green food source. You'll probably find yourself hunting that stand a lot more.
My body just doesn't take the sitting on hard surfaces.
You would love. I'm telling you right now. A lot of guys think I'm crazy, but you would love saddle hunting. Like I know I gotta get with you. Steve did it. I'm telling you, it is the easiest thing on your back. So you got tons of hawthorn right here, tons of. So now that you know what it is, get rid of any competition around it and make it healthier. And you're just creating that much more food for them.
That is what I got.
So your midday bedding, this is where they're gonna midday bed. This is the kind of stuff that they like. They can sit here, bed, stand up, and you got red oaks everywhere. Eat a handful of acorns and bed right back down and not go anywhere. So why I would think they're here, probably bedding a lot, is you've got the structure. They can see down here good. You elevation here, you got acorns. I would be willing to bet if you put a couple trail cameras here during deer season that you've got all kinds of midday activity right here.
You know there ain't turkeys in here in the spring.
I believe it. I know it's because Norm scares them all away.
I don't blame him. I've been able to shoot a couple in the face.
This is probably, I'd be willing to bet during the rut, a lot of breeding goes on between there and here, and everyone between, like when the chasing is on. I'd be willing to bet there.
I go basically right to that gully, this side of it, and then that whole top over there is hemlocks. And then, like I said, it turns into more, the top is more brush, and then it turns into pines all the way down.
Yeah. The blue markings, are you getting this logged? Or?
I had a guy look at it, just to see what
you definitely got some timber value here. And you've got enough red oaks here that if you love to take some of these big ones out, you're not hurting yourself. You actually, the other ones will take right off.
Well, I've heard that you get some of the big ones off, some of these smaller ones will
blow up. They produce a lot,
and then produce more nuts.
Yep, it's true. But if you're thinking about it, that's not a bad idea. You've got plenty of them in here. Like you've got that little bench over there that you could do some hinge cutting, and they're overlooking here.
What size trees would you say you don't want to go any bigger than? Or is there a size like 6 inch and bigger you don't want to cut over, tip over?
Yeah, no, you could do bigger trees. Again, Jeff Sturgis, if you look at his stuff, Whitetail Habitat Solutions, he's got great information. But I've always kept it. I would say, I don't know if you could probably 8-10 inch tree. This is that you can create some good bedding areas on those benches and stuff like that. Like you're telling me you've got good bedding over there.
Yeah.
You can enhance that, and you don't have to do a whole lot, but you could create some bedding pockets right there.
This is one of the major areas I wanted to talk to you about anyway.
Outside of your pines, you got a lot of trees that are worthless. You got your poplars and some of them that are in here. This wouldn't be a bad area because you've got your a bowl down here that shapes down. We already talked about this comes together down there, and you know that it's a good spot. This wouldn't be a bad spot to create a little bit of a hinge cut. And again, you don't have to get crazy, but maybe you discover something, you create something. And
what are we talking about? Like, say a 30-yard circle?
Yeah, not even
40 yards.
Yeah,
something like that size.
30 yards is
and
more than a.
Even on the other side, are you talking like about the same size, but pockets of them? Do one here, move up 100 yards, do one here.
But look at
on the benches and stuff like
correct.
that.
You want to look at natural structure, like areas that you know that they're bedding or they're bedding close to. All you're doing is enhancing that bedding area, or you're increasing it, where they can move from one bedding area to another and create those breeding pockets.
Because when I come in here and years ago and I put that in and started hunting on this side, that gully, I mean, a deer can cross it anytime he wants. But his natural movement, I wouldn't think they'd want to go down in there and out if they can just come around this rim.
And again, this is so open, right? And I know obviously in bow season you're not seeing as far as we are right now, but this is so open that this is not where a big buck is gonna. There's structure here, but that doesn't have cover. But now if you add cover to this natural structure, you improve that. So those are the things that I look at when I see it as natural structure. You're not hurting. You're not taking anything away from them habitat-wise. If you did a little hinge cutting here, right? You're not doing anything. And you can, again, I always refer to Whitetail Habitat Solutions. If you look at some of the stuff, when he's dropping those trees, a lot of them are laying right over top of the other ones. What I don't like to do is create that area of a roadblock where if a buck wanted to get from here to there in a hurry, he's still got the ability to go around it. We're not putting up a wall or a fence because sometimes they don't like that. They don't have an escape route. I made that mistake in my place where I did that, and I mean, it got nasty, it got thick, but the trees, when they started to drop and fall off the stumps, and they were dead, and they're no longer viable as far as a good hinge cut. Now there's a roadblock. Like, the deer stopped going in there. They would work in there, and you would find pockets where they would bed this time of the year, but they were going around it because it was too hard for them to get through there, because they're just one after the other after the other. It's just, see it browns down like that. It'll be brown like that.
What's that stuff?
Red Osier Dogwood. And
Osier Dogwood.
So you're cutting that on like an angle, taking a 6-inch, 8-inch piece of it?
Yeah, and you could do the smaller ones, it doesn't even matter. Let's walk up in here, seeing if this is, I bet you there's more right up here. I know I can.
But that's the stuff right there.
How do you identify it? Because you're gonna see in the spring is when you want to cut and put that in the ground.
You could do it right now. You're not hurting it, but I usually do it in the spring before it starts to see all the stuff with the berries right there. That's all buckthorn. Those tops right there, which is no good. You're gonna. It takes a while for it to change.
I know what it looks like now.
Yeah, when you see it though, you're gonna see it in a huge grove, like a huge. I mean, you'll see it in little pockets, but you'll find it and it'll be in.
What were you saying about the rebar? Look at all the beds right here.
Yeah.
If the ground's real wet, you really don't need to, but you just take a long piece of rebar and you poke it in the ground. That's what I do, and then put the Red Osier Dogwood shoot right in that, so it's sticking out.
Oh, just make the hole with a rebar.
Yep. But if the ground's real wet and you're using a bigger chute, you can push it right down. And the reason I do the rebar is that way I'm not plugging up the end of the chute when I.
And you just want to.
Yeah, not even.
How far you stick in the ground?
4 inches, 5 inches.
So you only got a little bit sticking out, and it just takes this.
Yeah, you can do them in longer chutes. When I purchased some originally, they came in like 6-inch chutes. You can do them longer because they'll take off the other ground.
So stick them in the ground 5 inches?
Yes.
What's the matter with you, Jake? You say stuff like that.
We usually get in charge of this.
Oh, Draper's had to put up with me for a long time.
When you see it though, you're not gonna have to look hard. You're gonna be
Yeah, pop right out. I just never knew what it was.
And you're gonna see it all the time now that you know. And it'll be millions of them just all in one little grove.
What size? Like 1 inch? Is that what you're looking for?
I take it and I'll, especially if it's overgrown, and I'll cut it right down at the base, and I'll just boom, boom, all the way up to the tip. Even the smaller ones.
Oh, so cut the same section. Just keep.
I mean, like I said, you could cut them 8 inches. I mean, you could probably do a little research, but every one of them that I've propagated, I would say probably, you know, there were probably like 6 to 8 inches, and I only put them, like, especially if the ground's wet, I don't go too far in the ground, you know. I don't know if they need the soil temperature to be a certain thing or not, but they all flowered and all the ones I did last year, I would say almost every single one of them flowered and leafed off.
And that's the stuff right there.
And they like the browse on it.
Yeah, and it'll be
like a big
1,000 times worse. And it'll be way younger. That one's kind of pretty rigid and
gotten pretty big.
It's kind of almost half dead because when I grabbed the one, it was red, but it actually broke right off. But yeah, it'll be actually way brighter red than that too.
Okay.
That one's kind of...
Got it. Good to know.
I'll take a picture of the red Osier Dogwood at my house, the one there. God dang.
Dad. I don't know. Today's the day. Lamar going down.
Right here.
Oh.
If it was brighter, I would have been able to find it.
Yeah.
It blended right in.
I could barely see it.
Well, she's got a prefab gate back there.
Yeah.
Careful, that ditch drops off, so I hear.
Good?
Good. Around the tire, hold on. There you go.
Well, I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
That was fun.
We'll get
Thanks for coming out with us. Do your little advertising.
Give me a little...
Little Drape Stir Works.
Toes. They're actually, I think they're gone now. I think the
no toes.
frostbite
Hey,
set in.
take your boots off. They're just gonna fall out the end of your socks.
I really don't feel them anymore. So we'll see. But yeah.
Well, I don't have heated floorboards yet.
Well, you could have heated seats. Would have been nice. All right, buddy.
All right, thanks.
We'll do some work.
You have to make a list of all the shit you gotta do.
So right here, in here, you can see one right there. See the red cedar?
Yeah.
Red cedar. So I didn't plant those knowing that I was going to do this, but I got about 20 red cedar right here. So there'll be a thermal bedding right next to this plot. In here, there's probably 30 cedars, and then over there, I probably got 50 of them on that other side. So I'm trying to create a little bit of thermal covered bedding over there to, to come to the food plots over there. So yeah, I stumped all this yesterday in about 7 hours. Yeah, some pretty big stumps. It's like a war zone. Well, this is, I walked all the corners and all the edges and drop points. It's 1.1 acres with on it.
Yeah.
So
You'll be kill plant right here.
oh yeah. So this right here is a heavy rutting bedding area, and I got a bunch of red oak along the bottom here on mine and on the neighbors. Where that pine is, and there's just a little creek that goes through there. So that's on the creek. I'm coming from that bedding, and there's bedding all the way down through there to this plot, to my plot, and then I got this plot with another bedding area between this one and the next one, and then up above where that first plot was, they bed heavy up there too. So this is all graded here. I pulled all these stumps.
Yeah.
I'll fill it once.
Yeah, get her smoothed out.
Yeah. I might, I don't know if I will or not. I'm gonna give it another grade and see, but yeah, I don't know how many stumps are here.
A lot.
And then there's a bunch of red cedars that I planted a couple years ago right here on the edge. And then hopefully right down there. And then my one and only white oak.
There it is.
I wanted to give it as much
There
sunlight
he
as I
is.
could. I got one white oak on the line over there. I'll show you the red dogwood, then I'll go show you where what's that stuff?
There it is.
Well, that's your red Osier dogwood. Now, see how it's brown on some of it on the bottom?
Yeah.
When it's starting to get more mature, but it stays red. On the tips, you can see the white right there. You can see where they're nipping them off all over. And there's another one up here. It's all wet right there.
Can you put that stuff in?
No, I'll show you.
That was there.
This is where I stole a bunch of it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so
Yeah, it just goes. Boom.
you can see
these down at all, or you just let them go?
No, I prune the hell out of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, every year I prune them. See the difference between the apple and then the pear, how the pear want to go straight up?
Yeah.
So those aren't easy to, they're all over in here. They're right over here.
Just laying down.
Oh yeah, just wanted to find one. Yeah. So these were, I put these in the spring. Yeah, there's a shoot right there that I stuck in the ground.
Just cut it and stuck it in there.
Yep, so these weren't here before.
Yeah, now it's starting to grow off of it. Gonna pop out.
Yeah, they're every 5 feet. I want it to be thick like that. Hopefully this all takes off, and I'll do some more this year. But there's a ditch right there. Some of them grow naturally in that ditch. Over there. There's a couple chestnuts over there, but these are the chestnuts, and you wouldn't, you can't tell on the ground now because of the snow, but they were loaded this year.
How many years since you put them in?
These would be in 2017. I put them in as 1-year-olds.
So they grew pretty quick then.
Oh yeah. These ones are replacement ones. Like I gotta cut that side branch coming off the prune.
Yeah.
Same thing with that one there. See this one here? The heavy wash snow broke the top of it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do something to kind of save that one. This one here is a. See, I got wired trying to save it. That one, snow broke. Heavy wet snow broke the top of that one too.
How many years before you got chestnuts off them?
3 years old.
Really?
Yeah. This year is going to be definitely
Heavy.
really good. Yeah, they're really starting to branch out. This is clover on the ground. New clover here and there. Chestnut. They're in the oak family, so that's why you see them holding the leaves like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this plot here, this is sugar beets. So this plot here, if I was going to kill them with a rifle, I couldn't.
Yeah, that was a spot.
These sugar beets, so they'll be digging these up pretty good. They're already starting to, but they'll really start to go to town on them. See how I left them hawthorn on the edges?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Went around those. There's the other white oak.
There it is.